Teachers, I am so excited about the start of the new school year. For this year, what I'm doing is I'm flipping our faculty meeting and sending you a video to give you an overview of all the stuff that you need to know before the school year starts. Our first day is going to be dedicated to the new CSIU system and your learning of it, so I want to get all the nuts and bolts out of the way and let you have the opportunity to practice our new online system during our first faculty meeting.
The first thing I would like for you to do is to make sure that you watch the parent video that I created. You could find it on the website or I sent it in an email. This will help you understand many of the different procedures that are going to be happening at dismissal time. A couple of dates I would like for you to mark on your calendar. First, the September 5th Parent-Only Information Night. I'd like for it to run exactly as it did last year. We had many reviews, good reviews on that, and I'd like to continue that good PR that we do. And the Ice Cream Social, which is happening November 14th. And like last year, I asked that anybody who is unable to make the Parent-Only Information Night to please let me know. And I ask that you let me know by no later than August 26th. As you watch the parent video, you'll learn more about the new dismissal process. One thing I'm asking all parents to do is make sure that they take the responsibility in letting us know where their child goes. We're doing that by having all children are going to be issued a luggage tag and 3 cards, and we'll send many cards home to parents so they have those and they could put those right into the luggage tag depending on how their child's going home. But on the very first day of school, I'm going to have to ask that you take the time with your class to make sure you explain the process to the kids and make sure that they get adhered to the top of everybody's book bag. Another change is how parents have to let us know that they are changing plans for their child. This only will occur if a child's plans are being changed during the day. Parents are going to be required to do 2 steps. Call the office. The office will transfer the phone call to you after they write it down. And then the parents are going to be required to email both you and FES Fairview at iu5.org. Now, that email goes to all the office staff, Mrs. Tannenbaum and Mrs. Jensen. That way, if you're absent and a parent calls in, we have a checks and balance system to make sure that we could notify a child whose transportation has been changed, so we're not sending them to the wrong place. I've spent a lot of time this summer trying to work on the Fairview Elementary website and make it relevant to everybody. I created a teacher tab to start listing the important resources that teachers need. If you go to the teacher website now, you will see 4 different tabs. Hopefully more will be added in the near future. The first tab, the Login and Passwords tab, lets you know the protocols for creating logins and passwords. Our goal is to create consistent logins and passwords so that the student has the exact same one for all the different software or online systems that we use. The second tab, the CSIU tab, will take you to the CSIU homepage. The Elementary Curriculum tab is the same one that is on the parent side, and it just gives an overview and all the working documents that we use in phonics and the MathFact program, and it will be a good reference for you and for parents. The final tab has all the updated standards that you should be using in your classroom. It will be a quick reference tool for you. My goal is to continually try to update this and make it relevant for you and put at your fingertips all the important things. As discussed last year, we are going to have an AmeriCorps member or a AmeriCorps volunteer here at the school. This person is going to be targeting two main areas. First, math intervention, primarily for 2nd and 3rd grade, and work with the teachers at all grade levels to create benchmark tests for our students to make sure that everybody is achieving the minimum standard here at Fairview Elementary. The AmeriCorps member will also be overseeing our K-4 building-wide social emotional learning program. As discussed last year, our focus for this year is going to be two-pronged. First, writing and math facts. I know that our writing committee has been working very hard. Every grade level has at least 2 semesters of the writing curriculum made, and our math fact program is all online and ready for you to start practicing those math facts. Just a reminder to all staff that if you ever need to access any of the Math Fact program, you could go online to the Elementary Curriculum tab and you could check out the different standards. And if you have any feedback for me, please let me know. As discussed last year, we're still going to continue to go forward with aligning our math curriculum to Common Core. And our AmeriCorps member is going to be working on creating the benchmark tests for all students to take. We will not be doing the method of testing like we did at the end of the year until at least after January. However, the tests for the first 2 semesters are going to be created for you so you can make sure that your students are obtaining the knowledge needed to move on. And the AmeriCorps member is going to be there for you to work with students who are not mastering skills. We are going to be targeting grades 2 and 3 at the very beginning of the year, and we may roll it out to other grades, but our original target is going to be 2nd and 3rd grade. By clicking on the Elementary Curriculum tab, you will get to the Reading tab, and you could see the various documents that we have been working on and should be the core of our program. The first one, the phonics overview, is just for you and for parents to know what we're focusing on during the different weeks of the school year. The second link is our No Excuse words, and this is a program that should be implemented this year in grades K, 1, and 2. The No Excuse program, it has been created with a focus on the most important words in writing and reading. A lot of work went into this from many people, and I'm really excited about the outcome that was achieved. I hope everybody had an opportunity to read the overview and understand how you will be assessing this. I do need everybody to know, though, that the list of words is only a list and can be reordered any way your grade level sees fit. However, I do expect that all classrooms are introducing the same words at the same time. I am also excited about the K-2 Sight Word Development Program. I believe that this will give a lot of exposure to a lot more words than our old program. Please make sure you read the overview and the aspects of the program so when you unroll it in your classroom that we're doing it consistently among classrooms. The K-1 Phonemic Awareness Skill Overview is a good outline of how we are going to be implementing the phonemic awareness skills throughout the school. And at this time, there is no formalized process for assessing these skills. However, it will be done by you within your class. New this year is the STAR Reading program. We piloted this program last year to make sure that it worked well, and it seemed to align perfectly with our students' reading outcomes. My hope is that this will alleviate a lot of Fontes and Pinelling of students, and we'll be able to monitor student reading progress through this system for most of our students. As discussed last year, anybody who falls below certain standards, which will be determined at a later point, will be F&P'd. Right now, the plan is that we will be using this program on all students who have mastered a level E and above. Also available to you this year are phonics probes. These probes were designed to be aligned to our existing phonics program and will allow you to, in a group setting, determine if your students are mastering the phonics program that you are implementing within your classroom. Our goal is to phase out the DIBELS and the Advanced Decoding Survey. At this time, I don't want to step away from it completely, but the monthly phonics probes will give you information so that you can report it on the report card. And that the information that is being reported is consistent amongst classrooms. I wanted to give you an overview of August 23rd and the 26th. As you can see, here is the schedule. We have breakfast that will be starting at 7:30. It's not noted here, but if you could please make your way by 7:30 to the middle school, you could get your pictures taken before Dr. Kincaid's opening remarks. As you know, our focus this year is on our new writing system, and we are going to be providing a lot of professional development related to that. So our very first half in-service day will be focused on training all teachers in our writing program, as well as providing training on the 14th and 11th. A few reminders from the custodial staff. This year, they're asking that every classroom stack their chairs so they can get in and sweep under the desks. They're also asking that you remind the kids that the blue trash cans are for recycling only. And as always, have your students pick up the room at the end of the day. I want to talk to you about another expectation. The watching of TV or movies during instructional time has little to no educational value. I ask that you be very selective in watching any movies or TV shows, and if it's done during instructional time, that it is directly aligned to the outcomes you are trying to achieve. I also ask that if you are watching any TV or movies during instructional time, that it is explicitly stated in your lesson plans, noting the direct connection to the curriculum. The emergency clipboards that hang by your door are all populated with all the material. All you need to do is put your rosters in those clipboards, and please bring those the very first faculty meeting, as there are a few alterations that need to be made. This year, if anybody is going out on any workshops and are eating lunch or going on any overnight experiences, it's critical that you get detailed receipts from the restaurants or places that you go to. The district is no longer reimbursing any receipts that are general receipts. Now I'd like to talk to you about our expectations. These are the same expectations that we've had in previous years, but I feel that at the beginning of the school year, it's a good time to review them. First, I've always been concerned about our level of supervision outside at recess. That's why we always need to have our eyes on the kids. One staff member should be on the bricks, and one staff member should always be rotating. The expectation for the third staff member, if there are no students inside, that they are outside helping supervise students. A reminder that we should be pre-testing students in math. That way we could see where differentiation needs to occur. Another expectation is that the aides, the literacy aides, should not be planning, and that teachers should always know and tell the aides what they should be doing with their children. Aides should not be making the decision on what they need to instruct. And another expectation is that aides should always be meeting with students who have needs and not be meeting with high students or students without any deficiencies. A reminder that we should always be working to communicate with parents. The expectation of the district is that we communicate weekly with parents via the internet or newsletter or email letter. However, one addition that we need to make this year is that anytime students are going on a field trip, you need to send a hard copy update to parents. Even though they've signed the pre-release form at the very beginning of the year, we still need to notify them when we are leaving campus with a hard copy home. It is important that I get a copy or am notified of how you are communicating with parents. I also ask that if you are using the internet or your website to be your only means of communication, that you do ask parents to make sure that you are able to send hard copies to parents who do not have internet access at home. And please take the time to review the bold printing in this frame so you can make sure that that is being updated in your parent communications. Now I'd like to take the time to review our homework policy. Please remember that to adhere to these guidelines. I also ask that teachers in the upper grades, where students may rotate from one teacher to another, you need to be aware of what other teachers are doing so that if a student goes from one class to another, that they are not getting a lot of homework in each class where it's piling up to be several hours a night. Please work on making sure we adhere to these guidelines. Now I'd like to talk to you about parent involvement. It's important that we take the time to work to involve parents in their child's educational process. Please take advantage of all the parents who want to help out in the classroom. I will never force anybody to do that, but I highly encourage you using these resources. Another aspect that we need to be conscious of is letting parents know if a child is struggling. The complaint I often hear the most is that a parent did not know that their child was not doing well. I know these can be difficult conversations, but are crucial in working with students and parents. Also, please make sure that you are letting parents know if you are support teaming a child. Another area that we need to focus on is when we tell parents to do something, being very concrete in what we want parents to do. A lot of times we say practice your math facts, but we do not give them any supporting material to work on their math facts. So it's good to be very concrete and provide parents the material so that they can help their child. And this is a reminder that on Friday, August 30th at 10 o'clock will be our first fire drill. That concludes our first flipped faculty meeting for the 2013-2014 school year. Now, the first day, we can focus on learning the CSIU system, but please make sure you're bringing your emergency clipboards as a few alterations need to be made. I can't tell you how excited I am about the beginning of the school year. It's been very trying this summer in learning the new CSIU system and working on the design of the website. So I'm glad to get you and the students back and to do what we do, which is to help support and develop our students' lives and to make them successful citizens in life. And there's no more noble profession than the one we are in. I am so excited to see you on the first day. Have a great last few days of summer.